Content marketing done well can take a lot of time. It's no quick thing to write a 500-word blog post, record a 30-minute podcast episode, or shoot and edit a short video, which is why repurposing your content is so valuable. Coming up in this video, how I take one piece of content and repurpose it in several ways to save time and maximize marketing impact. I'm Martin Bamford, and my creative agency Bamford Media works with professional advisors just like you to drive engagement and retain ideal clients. One of the barriers to content marketing is the time it takes to create and distribute content, and I get that. We're all busy people. We've got clients to see, teams to manage, families to spend time with. That's why content marketing and marketing more generally often slips down the list of priorities. From my early days as a financial planner, I talked an awful lot about our integrated approach to content marketing. That means we always maximised the effort and made the most out of each activity. Now, you might call it lazy marketing. I think the popular term now is repurposing. Here's a quick example of what repurposing might look like in practice, how we actually do it. So let's say you recorded a podcast interview with a guest expert. After a bit of editing, so you and the guest sound the best that you possibly can sound, you publish the episode and you share it with your listeners, and that's great, but I also think it's a wasted opportunity. As well as publishing the podcast episode, your editor can take a few of the 30-second clips, the best bits of the episode, and turn them into what are known as Audiograms. And these are social media cards with audio and moving waveforms on top of an image. They are highly engaging and they encourage a lot of people to click through and listen to your episode in full. Another thing you can do with the episode is to upload it to a voice transcription service. We like rev.com, and you can get the whole conversation transcribed. That only costs 10 cents a minute using their 90% accurate AI transcription service, or $1 a minute for 98% accurate human transcription. With it transcribed, you then highlight the best quotes and you create some quote cards to share on social media. Again, it's a quick task, especially if you outsource it, but multiplying the reach and impact of the original content piece. With that transcription in hand, it's easy to turn the podcast interview into an article to post on your website, blog, or third-party sites like LinkedIn or Medium. And once you've got a collection of those articles or blog posts, that is your material for an ebook or a traditional book. One podcast interview quickly becomes several different bits of content. This repurposing multiplies the reach and the impact of your content marketing, and it doesn't require that much work to do. This video right here is an example of repurposed content. And that's because I spent some time over the weekend writing up my notes for a keynote presentation I'm delivering this week. Rather than use that material once in front of an audience of 50 or 60 financial advisors, I can take some of the segments from the presentation, build on them a little, and then expand the ideas, and then repurpose them into videos like this, as well as articles for LinkedIn or Medium, and in the future, podcast episodes or webinars. So all sorts of ways to repurpose. There are opportunities for this content marketing repurposing everywhere. Let's say you host a webinar. If you've gone to all of that effort of creating the webinar, planning its content, putting together slides, it would be a shame to leave it at that. You could reshoot the webinar or sections of it as a video tutorial on YouTube, or you could put together a downloadable cheat sheet based on the top tips that you share. If you've been blogging for a while, then you're likely to have a sizable back catalogue of content that you can repurpose. Why not take blog posts on a similar theme and then repackage them into an ebook? You can give access to that ebook, downloadable, in return for an email address and also permission to add that person to your email newsletter. While some website visitors and search engine traffic might find your old blog posts from when you wrote them back in the day, you can drive fresh visitor activity to a refreshed ebook covering a collection of topics in one. Blog posts are also a great foundation for repurposing as podcast episodes or videos. Just because you've written something and published it once, don't assume that more than a tiny percentage of your target audience has actually seen it, repurpose it, bring it back to life in a different format. As well as saving time and reaching a new audience, one of the things I love about content repurposing is that it helps to drive a consistent message. You're sharing the same messages but just in different ways and injecting new life into each one. This is positive, really positive from a branding and marketing perspective, but it's consistent messages delivered over time that will build trust with your target audience. How are you repurposing your old content? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel for more videos like this and leave this video a like. Until next time, I'm Martin Bamford from Bamford Media, helping you to drive engagement and retain your ideal clients.